First of all, I want to thank everyone for welcoming me to the stage. I think I'm a little less seasoned than the rest of the ladies that came up here. However, thank you for your grace and compassion towards me in advance. And one thing I do know is if you want to be great, you have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. So although I am uncomfortable right now, and this is my first time doing anything like this, I'm happy to be here with you all. So initially, when I came up with the name of my talk, I told Rochelle, let's call it Calming the Hater Within You. But as I sat down and I thought about my personal journey, I felt like Mustard Seed Confidence is a much more appropriate title for my mini spiel here today. And when I say mini, M-I-N-I, I'm not saying that because what I'm going to say today is small. I say many because I'm declaring many, M-A-N-Y, more opportunities for us to experience mustard seed confidence throughout today and beyond this journey. Now, not only am I declaring those mustard seeds of confidence, I'm declaring that they will be watered properly, they will be placed in the correct environment, and also tilled to perfection. As she stated before, I come to you from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. I am a proud Texan. The D, the triple D, by the way. However, it is by way of Wilmington, Delaware. And if you know anything about the Northeast Coast, we sit about 25 minutes outside of the city of brotherly love, also known as Philadelphia. And one fact that is true about me and my fellow Stadies, we don't do small talk well. So if you don't mind, I'd like to get right into it. Matthew 17:20 says, he replied, because you have so little faith, truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be made impossible for you. I say the same as can be said about mustard seed confidence. That's right. If you have but a minute bit of confidence within yourself, your dreams, your goals and desires, and you nourish them to its full capacity, in your presence, nothing will be made deniable, unobtainable, or impossible. Believe that. And I love how the Bible uses the mustard seed in this parable. Because as you ladies may know, a mustard seed starts out the size of the tip of a pencil that is sharpened. However, what you may not know, the mustard seed, when properly nourished within 10 days' time, can be the height of a jockey on top of its horse. Can you imagine something so small becoming so great in so little time? The same can be said for your confidence. If you yet believe just a little bit, if you nourish it just a little bit, what can be made impossible to you? I want to share a quick story with you about a client I had. What was so interesting about her is that she loved the job she had. She just didn't love the pay. I know we've all been there before, right? Okay, so after months of searching for work, about 3 actually, she applied online, she took referrals in from friends and family members, even went on a few interviews, but to no avail was she successful. That's when she came to see me. And when she came in, the very first thing I said to her, write a list out for me. Why do you think that you aren't being paid the salary you deserve? And she wrote this long list for me. And the one pattern that I noticed in her list was she loved the work, she loved the hours, she loved the benefits. The only thing that wasn't working for her was the compensation. And she had only been on this job for a year and a half. So I then said to her, why, when this position was offered to you, would you accept a salary that you know was not directing your true value and what you add to this organization? And she looked at me, and I seen the light bulb click within her. And she was like, well, COVID was hitting. I just really wanted a job working from home, so I accepted what was given to me. Big mistake. Ladies, rule number 1 in confidence. You do not accept something simply because it is offered to you because you think you want it.
Preach, girl. Yep.
What you want can come in a whole new package. I don't know who said that earlier. Oh, yes. Yes, it was you. It's somebody. Somebody said it. What you think you want might not come in the package that it should come in. However, when something's not offered to you that reflects your true value, it's time to negotiate.
Go, girl.
So I told her that's where the work begins. So I began to work with her over the next several weeks, developing her mindset around how she valued herself and how she saw herself. And we did some reprogramming work. And eventually, my sis, she got to a point where her mustard seed confidence grew. She came back from a trip one day, and 2 days later, she sat down and wrote a lovely email to her supervisor as to why she should get a salary raise, and this is the salary that she's requiring. I tell you, within that next day, her same supervisor wrote her back, no questions asked, gave her exactly what she asked for. She's nothing special. She's no one special. She's just like you and I. All it takes is simple belief in yourself. How you see you, others will begin to see you. Because you will declare that you are going to be treated in a certain manner. And if they don't give you that treatment, they can't be in your presence.
That's right.
Straight like that. Now, this next story hits a little closer to home. Actually, real close to home, because it's about me. I can remember about 18 years ago, starting college for the first time in the city of Baltimore, Maryland. And man, I was free. I didn't have the influence of my 3 older big head brothers. I'm the only girl too. Somebody said that earlier. Yeah. You know what that's like. And not only that, I wasn't stalked by my parents' judgments that they constantly put in my ear every single day. So I was living the time of my life. And I remember being on campus for 5 days. And on the 5th day, there was a wild party, a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, a lot of everything going on. And I made it back to my honor dorm about 3 a.m. in the morning, floating on cloud 9, feeling good. I wake up about 7 hours later, and immediately when I woke, I don't know if you ladies have ever felt this, I knew something wasn't right with my body. You ever felt like that? Like, whew, something ain't right. And I was 18, so I ain't never had this feeling before. I'm like, why am I feeling like this? And then exactly when I had that thought, the next thought popped in my head. Go look in the mirror. And I looked in the mirror, and y'all, when I tell you, that face that looked at me, I had never seen it before in my life. I looked like I had a stroke, and I was 18 years old. My whole side of my face was drooping. I couldn't open my eye completely, nor could I close it. I couldn't smile, and y'all know this. I couldn't do this. What? Me? My smile was everything. I couldn't even smile. I couldn't even open my mouth to talk fully. And I immediately went home to Wilmington, Delaware. And my mom made me an emergency doctor's appointment. We went to the doctor, and thank goodness we found out I didn't have a stroke, but I was stricken with a rare condition called Bell palsy. And at the time, 18 years ago, there was no cure for Bell palsy. I don't know if it's one today. They don't even know why it comes. Yeah, they don't know what triggers it, why it comes. And normally people are older when they get stricken with this. But I was 18 years old. So what my doctor did was he sent me home with 7 days of steroids. And when he sent me home, he said, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if this condition will ever go away, but your work now is to take these steroids and pray that it does. I was devastated. A week later, I dropped out of college. And for the next 6 months, I was on my mother's and father's couch, falling deeper and deeper into depression, letting all my dreams, my hopes, and my wishes and my desires for myself go because I looked like a monster. Can you imagine being 18 years old when you depended on your looks so much? How people, no, really. I was fine. I'm still fine. But, I mean, can you imagine? 18 years old. My looks was everything to me, and they were gone in the middle of the night. So, what happened 6 months later was a true blessing and miracle for me because that condition left the same way that it came in the middle of the night. I went to sleep one night, and I awoke, and my face was completely normal. And that, for me, was the moment my mustard seed faith or confidence began to grow. And I can remember about 6 months after that time, my mother and father asked me to visit a church service with them one day. So I was like, I need a little prayer. Let me go. I done let so many of my hopes and dreams go. I'm not back in school yet. I'm working part-time, still living on my mama's couch. Don't know where I'm going, where my next anything coming from. You know, I was just really sad and I had no direction. So as we walked into this church, the one thing that stood out to me was this beautiful woman pastor sitting up there speaking to the church. And at the end of her sermon, she asked everyone to come up for prayer. And I had never met this woman before a day in my life. And when I came up for prayer, I was the only one she began to prophesy over. And she looked at me, she said, I know you're going through a hard time. And I know it feels like you'll never reach your goals. But I make this promise to you today. You will graduate from universities, plural. You will be so financially secure one day that you will be able to walk on any car lot and they won't be able to deny you. I don't care if you want a Maybach. You're going to be able to get that, girl. God is going to work in your life. Trust and believe me. Let's fast forward 5 years after that sermon. You can go to the next slide. I did graduate from universities. In fact, one is a law school, Widener University School of Law, located in Wilmington, Delaware. From there, I also moved to Dallas, Texas. That's a picture of me and Paul Ryan. I moved to Dallas, Texas, and I landed my first project management position. And I worked for Catholic Charities of Fort Worth. While working there, I managed many large-scale events, raised a whole lot of money, worked with a lot of public officials, as well as big names and New York Times bestsellers. And that financial security that I made while at Catholic Charities allowed for me to purchase my dream car. And it was a Mercedes-Benz. It's black interior, white exterior. I affectionately call it Obama. I'm also a proud homeowner, and I did it on my own, no man involved. Okay, so now y'all wet, don't judge me. I'm normal, I'm nothing special, I'm just like all of you here. And I want to give you the tools to nourish your mustard seeds of confidence. And WET is the acronym that's going to help you do that. So I'm going to say, and I said WET, not WAP. It's WET, not WAP. Not Cardi B. It's WET. Okay. So I have a mantra for this. When I say it's all about the, you say WET. It's all about the, it's all about the, it's all about the, y'all better ask somebody. The W stands for water. Water, everything you do with intention, with focused intentions, okay? You have to be focused in how you think, how you speak, and what you do. It all matters. If it's not moving you towards the goal, it's taking you away from it. Any habit that you have that is stopping you from moving towards where you want to go in life, you need to stop that. It's hard to let go, but if you nourish yourself, you'll be able to get the tools to do just that. E stands for environment. Environment is everything. Who you choose to be around and surround yourself with and who you allow to feed into you matters. You can't let everybody speak over your life because everyone isn't working in the same spirit as you. You have to be in alignment in all ways, and who you allow around you is a big part of that. So if you're not in a space where you can surround yourself with the people that will feed your dreams and support you and make sure that you stay on the straight and narrow, then you need to isolate yourself from the people that have drama and carry it with them like you carry your handbag. Lastly, till the soil. Just like a farmer has to till the soil many times to implant the roots of that plant to make sure that it is grounded, the same is for you and your dreams and your goals, your desires, and that mustard seed confidence. Whatever you need to do for it to ruminate and be rooted within your heart, mind, body, and soul, you do it. Whether it's how you talk to yourself when you have an embarrassing moment, whether it's how you treat yourself and the self-care that you have on a daily basis. Whatever you need to do to till the soil, to begin to get those roots planted within you to grow that confidence, then you need to do that. And lastly, I'll leave you with this. Romans 10:17 says, "So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God." Be great, ladies, because the world needs it. Thank you.